Ghost in the Shell is a groundbreaking anime film directed by Mamoru Oshii, released in 1995, and based on Masamune Shirow's manga of the same name. The film is renowned for its complex narrative, mature philosophical depth, and stunning animation. It explores a myriad of themes that delve into the nature of consciousness, identity, individualism, technology, and the relationship between humanity and machine. The film is considered a cinematic classic, and it has influenced many popular movies and shows. Even after almost 30 years and technology's huge bloom since the movie's original release, it manages to stay relevant. Our story takes place in a cyberpunk future where advanced technology has been fully incorporated into everyday life and cybernetic enhancements are considered to be the norm. The film immerses us in a captivating exploration of identity, consciousness, and the intricate interplay between humanity and technology. The ghost in the title refers to the concept of the soul, consciousness, and one's sense of self. In the context of the film and its themes, the ghost represents the intangible essence of an individual's identity. It's the subjective, self-aware aspect that makes a person unique. The term shell refers to the physical body or the artificial form that contains and houses this said ghost. In the world of Ghost in the Shell, characters often have cybernetic enhancements or completely artificial bodies, blurring the lines between the organic and the synthetic, thus raising the question of the relation between the physical and spiritual. The main character that we follow is Major Motoko Kusanagi. Kusanagi is a high-ranking officer, a major, and the leader of Public Security Section 9, a specialized task force that operates under the jurisdiction of the government and deals with cybercrime and anti-terrorism activities in the technologically advanced world of Ghost in the Shell. She has a fully synthetic body, or shell, with extremely sophisticated cybernetic enhancements that encase her human brain. This state of her existence drives her to existential ponderings. Throughout the film, she is constantly seeking to understand what defines her soul. Is it her human brain, her synthetic body, her memories? Is it the experiences she had, or the ones she will have? Bato's eyes symbolize the "what you see is what you get" philosophy. While Major's body is completely synthetic, Bato sees the human element. He puts a coat around her to cover her exposed skin, or he turns his eyes away when she is changing, suggesting that physical appearance is part of oneself. Bato is also representing the audience to whom the Major addresses her philosophical inquiries. He is the one that these discussions are explained to. Most of the time, he acts and thinks like the normal person. His reactions mirror the audience's reactions. Togusa finds his sense of self in how human he is. He believes that cybernetic enhancements take away part of yourself, a stark contrast to the physiology of Major. This probably played a huge part as to why Major added him to the task force. While she constantly doubts her existence due to her having a fully cybernetic body, being around Togusa and his anti-cyber worldview gives her a little comfort. Somehow he brings her closer to the human side of her. Togusa can also represent society's conservative mindset and fear of change, as well as honor to tradition, as symbolized by his denial against technology and by him carrying his trusted, old-fashioned revolver around. Chief Aramaki's traditional appearance symbolizes a sense of stability and continuity. He represents a connection between the old and the new. He also stands for established principles and ethical standards, providing a counterbalance to the sometimes morally ambiguous actions of the Section 9 members. In one of the most iconic scenes in film history, the city montage, Major keeps seeing body doubles of herself around the city. This happens because her body model is one of the cheapest in the market. It is that way by design to hide the extremely valuable cybernetic systems of her body that would otherwise make her a target for looters should she ever get damaged in the field. Of course, this is also a metaphor. We are all similar in so many ways that our individuality and uniqueness often get lost. On top of that, it also adds to Major's existential quest, making her question her individuality and doubt her existence even more. The movie's version of the antagonist comes in the form of an AI. The Puppet Master is an advanced artificial intelligence entity with unique characteristics that go beyond traditional AIs. It possesses self-awareness, consciousness, and since it exists within the digital world, it obviously has the ability to manipulate digital information. While most of its actions can be perceived as a threat, Its motivations are rooted in a desire for self-preservation and evolution rather than malice, making it way different than the traditional version of the antagonist or villain in fiction. The Puppet Master, unlike most of the AIs that exist in the world of Ghost in the Shell, desires to exist physically, not just in the digital realm. It seeks to transcend its purely digital existence and merge with a physical body, subtly suggesting that the physical experience affects the soul. This goal also reflects a universal human inclination to covet the unattainable. In its quest for a state beyond its current limitations, the Puppet Master's narrative becomes a poignant metaphor for the human desire to transcend boundaries. Much like the Puppet Master, humans might harbor aspirations for capabilities or experiences that are currently beyond their reach. This introspective layer adds depth to its character, inviting viewers to contemplate the innate human curiosity and the perpetual quest for the extraordinary. Puppet Master's goals, along with Major's personal quest of finding the essence of existence, introduce complex philosophical and ethical dilemmas, compelling the audience to explore the nature of the soul and the consequences of creating sentient artificial life. With the rise of AI in our current time, these questions sound all the more relevant. If we manage to create a self-aware, evolving AI, what would the repercussions be? Would a sentient artificial life have consciousness? A soul? Would we consider it alive and grand it rights? Would such a being make our own existence obsolete or signal a new step in humanity's evolution? Would we seek to merge with it or abolish it? These questions that once seemed like far-fetched fantasy now gain a more literal aspect, proving yet again the relevance of Ghost in the Shell and the themes it tries to explore. The conclusion of Ghost in the Shell's story symbolizes the breaking down of boundaries between human and artificial intelligence. It challenges the conventional distinctions between the organic ghost and the synthetic shell, suggesting a potential evolution beyond these categorical definitions. Maybe the combination of human and artificial intelligence can lead to a new form of awareness that transcends the limitations of either component individually. Throughout the movie, we get delivered a passage that reads, "Now it's like we're looking through a mirror, and what we see is a dim image. When I was a child, my speech and voice were that of a child. My feelings and thoughts, too, were those of a child. Now that I have become a grown adult, I part with the childlike ways," implying the evolution of consciousness that comes with growth and accepting change. And within the movie's overarching themes, it suggests that through the merging of humanity and technology, we will eventually transcend our current limits. One of the film's main questions is, what defines your identity, your soul? I think that the point is that identity is personal to the individual. What you consider you is all there is. A mathematician might think of his mind as part of his soul, an astronomer might think of his eyes, a driver his hands, and a modern human will surely consider technology an intricate part of his existence. In the end, only you can be self-aware enough to understand your identity. Almost 3 decades since its release, Ghost in the Shell continues to resonate with audiences. Its explorations on artificial intelligence, the essence of the self, and the integration of technology into the human experience have left a legacy that extends beyond its cinematic achievement.